Hello folks, my name is Jasjit Smith and I am here creating my first video for you guys. It's going to be about politics, it's going to be about, third parties, being leftist, quote unquote leftist, what that really means. Of course, I felt like there was a space for this because I personally am an independent, but I tend to vote on the green side. I was for Bernie Sanders in 2016 and also in 2020, and unfortunately, Democratic Party swallowed him up and spit him out, as they do most progressives. And so I want to give a voice to all the other choices out there. Of course, there's other third parties. There's the Libertarian Party. There's, the Socialist Party. Independents. They have an independent party, and then there's the independents. But yeah, I just wanted to give a voice to all the other people out there, people maybe who don't vote, don't feel like they have a voice or any choice during the elections usually. And I want to give them a reason to vote, maybe for us to come together and talk about how we can, at a grassroots level, get to a point where we can be effective in, the way the political constraints are taken over, how we can become viable as a third party in this country. People like Jimmy Dore, I really respect, and Jordan Chariton, and Tim Black, and all the progressives out there that I look up to. And we all have to make hard choices on how best to get our voice out there, and who's going to really represent us, and if we're going to vote, who do we vote for and why. So, these are some of the topics that we'll discuss. What's the Green Party versus the People's Party? Who should we throw our weight behind in 2020? How can we, in 2024, make a plan to actually win against the Democrats and the Republicans? These are all great questions, and I definitely don't have all the answers, and so I would love to hear from you guys, like what topics you want to discuss, how we're going to get there, how we make a plan, what is our plan, what's a concrete plan. And I'll start with the fact that I do believe in modern monetary theory, and so I do believe we can afford good things, and that we are not, subjects or subjected to, the deficit and not being able to run a deficit. We have to, buckle up and, do our part and not spend money. No, I don't believe that's correct. I think that's a very old viewpoint that is just not true. And so I definitely look to people like, Stephanie Kelton, and she's really talking about this all the time and really educating, the population and getting people to get on board to understand why we can afford good things. And no, we don't have to say that we can't afford it anymore. Anyway, again, I will be going live a couple times a week and discussing this in more detail. And I hope you'll give your comments and your input on topics and, possibilities of how we can, as, a populace, get that power, to get into office and be viable, to create the America that we want and the world that we want for the future, for us and for our children and for our grandchildren. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys soon.